Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and happy Halloween. Welcome to Tomorrow River Games. For those of you that I haven't met, my name is Tim Kraus, and I'm one of the authors and designers here at Tomorrow River Games. And we're here this afternoon to talk about some of our plans for some exciting new games in the upcoming year. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to kick things off. There's going to be some time after we're done for questions and answers. So bear with me for just 1 second. All right, so one of the things that we wanted to talk to you about just a little bit this afternoon was just give you a little bit of an inside peek into how we do things here at Tomorrow River Games. You'll see some artwork in my Zoom background, the angry fish and the mindful druid. Those are from Mescalero Prophecy and from the Demons of Mingalarbar. Many of you have copies of those. If you don't, they're available on Tomorrow River Games, of course. But one of the things that we've been really fortunate to be able to figure out over the past year or so is that we've now got 3 artists that we rely on almost exclusively. One of them is in Russia, the second in the Ukraine, and a third in France. They're almost single-handedly responsible for the artwork that you see on your screen and then behind me. They help us provide a consistent look. We think it's fun. We think it adds a little bit of whimsy, but a sense of terror and foreboding to our adventures as well. But the artwork, for those of you who have supported us from the very beginning, we think has really come a long way, and we're really excited about it. For those of you who are looking at the Terror at Weihnachten module that we're finishing up right now, we're working with some of the same artists. We've got a surprising new artist that we'll be introducing you to. He's got some great demons in store, and we'll show those to you next week. But some of you will recognize some of these creatures from earlier adventures as well. Add just a little bit to these two in terms of what you can expect from us here at Tomorrow River Games. We're located in Wisconsin in the United States of America, and you'll see that a number of our monsters draw on local creatures and local myth and legends, as well as from elsewhere. So we've got a badger god who is a pretty fearsome fighter who's featured in Mingalarbar, and then our skinwalker who's prominently featured in the center. And I'm going to talk about the skinwalker in just a second. So some exciting things to come with the skinwalker. So new projects coming up. Terror at Weihnachten is currently on Kickstarter, and we'll be getting preview copies of those PDFs out to our supporters within the next couple weeks. So if you haven't signed up for that one yet, please give that some thought. We want to get those into your hands so that you can start playing that with your friends throughout the Christmas season. It's designed to play in about 3 sessions. It's definitely a challenging adventure. It's for about 4 to 6 players, give or take, and for levels 7 and above. Once we've got that ready and out the door, next up is an adventure called Treasure Revealers, and we're looking at late in the year, very early next year, for a release for the Treasure Revealers. It's also subtitled Siguiya. It's about treasure revealers who know where secret treasures are hidden in their efforts to save the residents of Theramore from the skinwalkers that you saw illustrated in the previous screen. So that's what we've got in store for you. There are a couple of things that I also wanted to show you real quick before we stop our recording and take Q&A from the folks that have joined us this afternoon. Some of you are familiar with monsters and demigods, and I apologize, these are a little tough to see on the screen. But it's a compendium of about 3 to 4 dozen monsters. It comes with both cards and random monster dice. So it introduces some play that we think is a little bit different and quite fun in that respect. The the dice look like this, and the idea is that rather than pick random monsters from a chart or a table, you actually roll the dice to determine the monsters that your players are going to encounter. Those are also available on Tomorrow River Games. And then lastly, Chaos Dice to introduce some randomness to your play, so that you can surprise your players with the game mechanic in a way that they might not normally be expecting. These are actually a surprise that go along with the Terror at Weihnachten adventure on Kickstarter. So again, you'll want to take a look for those. So that's what we've got for you. That's what we've got in store for the upcoming couple of months. We're going to be doing these video updates about every week, and in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing some online playing, and we're going to start with we're going to start with the Magic Seekers on November 14th. That's 2 Saturdays from now. We're going to play at 1 o'clock, and the idea is because it's a new role-playing system. It's greatly simplified for teens and younger players, but I think it works very well for anyone who's interested in a role-playing game that's a little bit faster paced and a little bit easier to pick up and learn. So we're going to start and generate some characters. We're going to cover the super basics of the rules, and then we're going to jump right into the first adventure, which is called the Rings of Kespa. It's part of a 4-game series, and we'll be continuing that series after November 14th. So we're looking for about 4 to 6 players. You can sign up using the link below. Once we hit our limit of players, we're considering adding additional sessions, so stay tuned for those. But that's what's new and exciting here at Tomorrow River Games. I hope you have a happy Halloween, and as we always end with, continue to game on.